Hey again, everybody. Again, Dr. Dennis Cabasco here, and I am your instructor for EDN 301. I've already recorded our first video, so you should have watched that one first. That was the introductory video. This is a video that's going to focus on our syllabus, so I want to make sure that I review that in great detail with everyone so that we are all on the same page. Hopefully, it's a little brighter on this video. It looks like had too much of the window in the back, and it was causing the screen to be dark. I didn't really realize that until I watched the video back. In any event, let's go ahead over and walk you through and get you to Canvas. I should be moved down to the bottom right of the screen. Looks like I am. Once again, go to Current Students. When you come back here, go past Blackboard Learn and go straight on into Canvas. Log back in again. And when you log back in, I guess it should default back to either your dashboard or your courses. I'm not quite sure exactly where the student default is, but I do know that when you click on courses, you're going to get this tab out here, and you all are looking for the EDN 301 course in Canvas. And I'm going to click on over to the student view, so hopefully we can all see things the way that you see them. All right, so I went ahead and added our first module, which is basically just an introduction module. All your responsibilities are just going to be to make sure that you review all the information that's found within those links. And this is also a place, so let's go ahead and look at that really fast before we get to the syllabus. This is a place really where all of your module information is going to be. So you're going to see an orientation and introduction, and right here is where you're going to have kind of listed some of the things and the tools that are going to be helpful in completing the course. You will see your first module 1 appear below your orientations and introductions, and what I will then do as we introduce every module at periodic times, think about it, about a module a month is what we're going to be working on, but I'll make sure that the most recent modules appear up here at the top, okay? In any event, we'll talk more. I'll have a video introducing Module 1 as well. But before we get to that point, let's go ahead on over here to the syllabus, because this is really what we want to talk about. By the way, just so you know, you come back over here to Modules, and I've also put the syllabus here as well. Okay, so you'll find your introductory video, the one I'm recording right now, will be added to this link I'm sorry, I apologize. Will be added to this link right here in a few minutes. Okay, after we've completed this, and then here's where your syllabus is. But they're always, syllabus is so important that it looks like Canvas really wants to keep a link specific for your syllabus. Now, Canvas presents the syllabus in two ways. It presents it visually for you, as you can scroll down and see it all. Scroll right on down, you'll see all the syllabus. But what I like better is I like the PDF file that I created. And so I put that PDF file right here, right? So I'm going to ask you to click on that PDF file. I know a lot of you are going to it's going to download it here. You see where it's downloaded here? And I click on that and open it up in a whole nother window, all right? So again, here's your PDF file. It downloads and you open it up into a separate window, all right? So the Canvas part of the PDF doesn't, or at least the part of they call these pages, but the way they present it just doesn't, it's not easy for me to read. So I have the syllabus here. This is easy for me to read. All right, let's walk you through, because I only got 15 minutes to get through this. You see at the top, I've got vital information. You can see where my email is there. I have an office. Here, Friday Annex. For those that don't know where Friday Annex is kind of behind the College of Education and between Friday Hall and the College of Ed. So it's a smaller building. My office is in room 125. It's on the first floor. There's only one floor in the annex, but it's where the International Programs and the Human Resources Office is. So if you want to come visit me and make an appointment, you're free to come at any point in time. We can schedule a meeting, and I'll be happy to have you over here. Right now, office hours are scheduled to be Mondays and Wednesdays, 11 to 2, here in the annex, and then on Thursdays, 1 to 4 here in the annex. Now, you know, especially on Thursdays when I teach my secondary science methods course, I'm getting my lab set up, so I could possibly be over in 223. But if you're going to come and visit me during my office hours, just shoot me a quick email. Let me know you're going to be here, and I'll make sure that I am here during that time. Otherwise, I'm probably going to be in my office, but I may sneak out, run over, grab something in the College of Ed, since that's where my home office is. But I am always available by appointment. So all you need to do is contact me, and I'll be ready to meet with you. So campus directions are there. And then here is our UNCW Canvas link. And so what I've already done is taken that link and already put it up on my toolbar so I know I can get to it easily. Your course description, I'll let you read through that. But what's really important to know is that we're going to be looking at planning, implementing, and evaluating instruction, right? So it's how we design instruction, and we're going to think about how we incorporate behavioral, cognitive, and constructivist theories of learning, and those views of curriculum are then considered. So I'm excited about the class because I really think it's important, and it is in a lot of ways a gateway into your methods courses. It is a time-intensive class. It's offered completely online. There are no face-to-face meetings. So it's of the utmost importance that you put forth the same amount of time, energy, and effort into this course as you would put in a traditional face-to-face. You may even have to put a little bit of more time into creating those collaborative environments where you want to communicate with your peers, you want to communicate with your instructor. I don't know that you're having difficulties or you're having problems unless you communicate those with me. So it's your job to communicate that, and I'll do my best to try to help you as it relates to those issues. All right. Again, goals, objectives, and outcomes of the class. All right. We're going to be talking about instructional system design approach. We're going to be talking about concepts and skills that relate to analyzing, designing, developing, and evaluating instructional programs. We're going to apply the research, learning, and instructional theories into how we then go about designing those things and then justifying them as well. We're going to conduct instructional analysis, subject content analysis, learner and environmental analysis, and cognitive task analysis, writing goals, instructional objectives, even using conceptual graphs and conventional outlines to help us analyze some of that subject matter knowledge. Construct coherent, student-centered instruction and assessment strategies, select and integrate proper media, including computer technology, and demonstrate effective technology integration practices while doing all of those things. Application is very important, and we want to make sure that we're utilizing our computer-based software applications, telecommunications, distance learning technologies, and pulling that as well into our class. Some of the course materials you're going to need. I expect you to, of course, have a UNCW email account, have your Canvas account, your storage device. Make sure you have somewhere you save it. Right now we use the cloud, so you have all of that there. But I like to back my stuff up as well. As a matter of fact, I have where is my? I have a backup drive, right? So I just did this at the beginning of the semester, and in the next few weeks, I'll back everything else up again, so that way I know that I don't lose it. Anyway, you need to have some motivation. You need to have a desire to learn. You need to have a functioning and reliable computer. Don't forget that if you have trouble with that, there are computer labs on campus that you can use. You're going to have some expectations as well to produce some student or some teacher centers. So you want to make sure that you have simple materials available to you. And the Curriculum Materials Center, if you're on campus, has a great room where you can go in and design what you need to do. And you have got to have the textbook for class, because the textbook is critically important, whether you have an e-version of this textbook or whether you have a physical version of this textbook. I'm specifically using the 10th edition as opposed to the 11th edition to try to keep and manage that cost for you. So this is not the most recent edition, so just keep that in mind. I'm doing that to try to keep that cost down. There will be other assigned readings. There'll be other assigned PowerPoints. There'll be other assigned videos for you to watch. So just be aware that my expectation is that you're going to complete those. This is a project-based course. It focuses on skill acquisition, authentic reflection for future pedagogical practice. So it's my expectation that you're going to work on those assignments. You're going to complete them on time. All work that you prepare is going to be your own. And these professional products are going to be prepared and submitted with proper spelling, grammar, formatting. You're submitting them on time, and you're submitting them as the attachments that I request them to be. So you're going to see many assignments. It's going to have this professional product component in our grading rubric. This just means that you are following through and doing all the things that are expected of you. Just remember, please read all the directions, explore all your resources online, and watch those tutorials if available before contacting your instructor. There's a reason why I'm taking the time out to do all of this for you. I think it's critically important that you have these resources available to you to help complete the tasks assigned. Your tests, your quizzes, your exams, this course will have none of those. So that's kind of nice, except that you're going to be devoting a lot of time to making these products that I think, or that at least the 301 committee has decided are critically important to the success of your work in terms of foundations classes. I do expect that you actively participate in class. There are going to be 100 overall participation points out of the 1,000 points in class. So that's 25 points for each of the 4 modules. Now, this is how this works. As long as you are active, you're participating, you're working within some of the groups that I've set up, you're communicating with your PLC or professional learning community members, as I anticipate, you can expect that this grade is going to directly reflect your overall progress with the content modules. That is, if you get a 20 out of 25, that participation grade is going to match that 20 out of 25. So this participation grade will not, is set up to kind of encourage you to make sure that you are active in this class. So this class is not, this grade will not hurt, nor will it help you. All right. But rarely do I have to deduct points from this section, but every once in a while I do, especially when a student doesn't follow through. And I think it's important because your peers are going to depend on you in these PLC groups that we're going to set up for you as we progress through the modules. All right, here's a schedule of due dates. As you can see, August 31st will be your first due date. That's 10 days from today. I'll unveil the information for the module 1 tomorrow, and that way you'll have some ideas on what you need to do between now and August 31st. And then your first big project will be due September 12th. We'll talk all about those schedules and due dates as we continue to move throughout the course. I will release module 1 or module 2 after module 1, module 3 after we finish module 2, and that way we as a class will work together. There's additional due dates here. Here's our grading scale. There will be pluses and minuses. And just know that every one of our tasks that are outlined in your modules, these will need to be completed within the time frame that's allowed. I'm going to talk a lot more about professional learning communities in another video, but just know that the intent is for you to work together as peers, find some study buddies, and I really have found in the past that these professional learning communities have really benefited students. I'm not going to read through all of this, but it's important to know that a syllabus is a contract. Your participation is expected and mandatory. You need to complete assignments on time. You need to participate. Professionalism is something that's critically important, especially as you progress towards being a formal teacher. There is my late work policy. Read through this, please. Understand. 1 full letter grade, or 10%, will be deducted from points earned on submitted work for any assignment submitted after the due date and time. Any assignment turned in more than 48 hours late will result in a 0. So that is important. You get 2 days with a 10% deduction. After those 2 days, you don't submit the assignment. That grade becomes a 0. So keep that in mind. I definitely apply and enforce that requirement. When communicating with me, I've given you a sample email there. It's really important to try to collaborate with your peers. Keep those lines of communication open with your instructor. But when emailing, please just make sure that your email is, polite, okay? Because I will definitely do everything I possibly can to communicate you in a polite way. I expect the same. You have 24 to 48. When you email me, just give me some time. I've got a 2-year-old at home. She occupies a lot of time. I rarely get work done at home, so When I do get an email, chances are I'll wait till the morning before I reply back to you. So don't worry about that. If it's something that's really, really critically important, you are free to use my cell phone and text me or call me. Texting would be better if it's an emergency or if it's something that really needs to be answered. I don't mind getting text messages. So here's our technology information. Read that. There's special needs. I have a statement on plagiarism, which basically is similar to what our honor code is here at UNCW. There's an acronym glossary, and then we get into the mission statements and conceptual framework. So I promised to keep this at 15 minutes. I just about did. We got about 4 or 5 seconds left. I am going to do one thing, though, before I end the video. So I'm going to close